now the question is, what were the key elements of the strategy? So starting, for example, from infrastructures, because you need a nice place to let your players develop, or to find the right coaches, so people who were very good. I mean, what at the beginning, what was the most important thing to start with? Because I think it's important for many clubs around the world that start from scratch to listen to this answer.
Yeah, I think there were two key elements. One was definitely infrastructure, and that's I've heard many times people questioning, okay, so we need the right infrastructure, but we need the resources in order to build that right infrastructure, and that's going to come mainly through selling players. So how do we find the solution if we're not selling players? How do we gain the resources in order to build the infrastructure? So I would say definitely you need to have the minimum and infrastructure in order to develop that talent, and then get the right talent in the house. That was the second key element. So what the club did was in its initial phase, it went out and attracted and paid for players that were in the youth national teams, so in the under 15, under 16 teams. So that those were the first players that the club started working with. I wasn't involved in the club yet. This was around 2010. I got involved in 2012. And then the third key element, the third step that we took was, okay, now let's develop our own method to develop this talent, and that starts with having the right people, the right coaches, the right
and I think self-confidence in yourself, in the project, in the team, to be able to say, okay, now let's build our game, our own path,
our
instead
own,
of
yeah,
copying.